Hello lovelies, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be sharing some of my figures. I asked you guys in a couple polls if you would like to see my nerdy collection, my Funko Pops, and some of my figures or things on my shelf here. I recently reorganized my office shelf, took a lot of things out of the boxes, so there's more room and whatnot, and a lot of you wanted to see that, so that's what I'm going to be doing today, is sharing some of my collection and what you see behind me in some of my videos. Let's get started. I figured we would start with these lovely ladies on the shelf first. So, my DC ladies, as some of you can see. Let's go ahead and have a closer look. So here on the back of the shelf we have White Canary. This is from Legends of Tomorrow. Legends of Tomorrow from the CW. This is one of her White Canary looks with the bow staff. Then we have Wonder Woman here. This is the newer version of Miss Wonder Woman with sword and shield. Then we go to Batgirl. This is a black and yellow version of Batgirl. Batgirl is one of my favorite DC ladies, so of course I needed to have a Batgirl. Here we have Supergirl. She keeps falling off my shelf. I need to get her a better stand, but this is from the CW as well. I think it's a pretty good likeness of Melissa. But there's Supergirl. Back behind Supergirl we have this Harley Quinn. I have different Harley Quinn figures in different outfits. I feel like Miss Harley Quinn has so many different looks to choose from. This has the black and red aesthetic, which I love. And I'm not sure, this was a gift, I'm not sure which version she is representing, but she's got a big old hammer and all that jazz. So that's my Harley. I think she's the only DC villain on this particular shelf here. And then this is a Canary from Arrow, the Sarah Lance version, which kind of got me in love with the character. I'm a huge Sarah Lance and Canary fan, so I have her as Canary or Black Canary, and on the other end we saw her as White Canary, so I have both of those on these DC ladies shelf. So these are the ladies on this shelf. So next we have these Star Wars casted figures. They're pretty heavy quality, which is nice, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and a half, if you count BB-8 here of this particular series. So we'll start on this end. So here we have Poe Dameron. Here. In his X-Wing suit, there is a little helmet that I just put on the stand, but you can put on him too if you see fit. We have Rey here with backpack accessory as well as her blaster, bow staff, and lightsaber. So she has all the weapons, And if we look between these two, we have this adorable BB-8. So I was concerned that it wasn't gonna sit right on my shelf. It doesn't have its own stand, but it's weighted properly. So that it's just fine and doesn't roll off the shelf, which is very appreciated. Beside Rey, we have Force Awakens Han Solo. Just good there. All the same series. At the end here we have Rogue One figures. We have Jin and Chirrut. So, funny story. These, actually I think a lot of these were gifts. And I received Jin or so before the movie came out. A lot of people assumed she would be my favorite character. And it turned out that my favorite character was Chirrut. Chirrut Mway is my favorite Rogue One character, so I ended up getting him to go with Jin. And there's a lot of details on him. All of these, the costume and the weapons, there's a lot of awesome detail on them. Those are some of my Star Wars taller figures. So the shelf above this doesn't quite reach with my tripod, so I'm just gonna hold some of these figures. This one here, I got the Ben Solo Funko Pop. I really wanted the ending Rise of Skywalker Ben Solo look, not just the Kylo Ren, so I got the Ben Solo. And I found to go with it, we have this Rey as well that has the two lightsabers and is crossing the stream, Ghostbuster terminology, for the Endor Rise of Skywalker. So I got those two up on the higher shelf together. Now I also have these guys. I have two of these. I got them from McDonald's just with a Happy Meal, but they're just sitting on my shelf. Like that. I'm just gonna be reaching up on this top shelf here again. I do have this Harley Quinn, the classic Jester Harley Quinn. She's kind of half a figure, right? I really like her. And this is obviously the Harley Quinn that we were all first introduced to and kind of made me like the character. So we have her up on top. Now this one is the only one that I still have in the box. I recently took all my figures out of the boxes, took the leap. This is Regina from Once Upon a Time. Awesome outfits, love Regina. And I'll probably take her out of the box. She will be by her lonesome. I don't have other Once Upon a Time figures in this size. I have some Funkos, but so she's still in the box. This is an itsy bitsy little Batgirl figure that I had when I was a child. I happened to find it while I was moving and it just sits up on my shelf too. Just a little animated series Batgirl toy. Right, so our next shelf has some different Funko Pops that I'm going to share with you lovelies. Start on this side again. So at the end here we have Ginny Weasley. This is from Chamber of Secrets. I actually realized after I took it out of the box that she has Tom Riddle's diary. So this is my little Ginny Weasley. There. Then we have another Harley Quinn Jester, very animated series, which is my childhood. Love her. This is one of my favorite Funkos. It's a different style than the classic one. It's a special bobblehead thing. It might not even be Funko, honestly. But this is a New Hope Princess Leia. The first of many Princess Leias you'll be seeing in this particular video, but her head does bobble. I love this figure. In the back here, this is Selena from Gotham, the TV show. Selena Kyle, so she grows up to be Catwoman, of course. I'm a real big fan of her character on that show. So, there is Miss Selena Kyle. Here we have Lieutenant Connix from Star Wars. She's played by Billie Lourd, big fan, Carrie Fisher's daughter. I looked for this one for a while. I really wanted it, and I finally found Lieutenant Connix here. Clearly from the sequel series, obviously. Right here we have Rogue from the X-Men movies. I believe that this is from Last Stand, I believe is this particular Rogue figure. There. And then to go with the Rogue, we have the Last Stand Jean, Dark Phoenix, which is such a cool figure because she's literally like levitating and her hair's all crazy and everything. It's a really cool figure. I need a Storm. Storm is my favorite X-Men, has been since I was a kid. I desperately need to get a Storm to go with these lovely ladies. Lovely ladies, lovely ladies. Alright, so bit of a Star Wars kind of Endor themed shelf, honestly. So let's take a gander at these things. So this Endor speeder, Luke, funny story with this one, I ordered Leia, shocking, right? But I ordered Leia on the Endor bike speeder, and I got Luke instead, and I wasn't gonna send it back because it's one of those chase items, and apparently Luke is a bit more rare than Leia, but I still wanted Leia. But it's still an awesome figure, especially out of the box now. It looks awesome on my shelf here. So beside that, I have this Leia figure, and it is Endor, obviously. This I've had since I was a kid too, so I've had it for quite some time here. So just Leia in her Endor outfit. I have Leia and Han Endor, then little tiny figures. I believe my dad gave these to me. He had them from back in the day. So the Ewok dress and Han's Long Rider jacket, which is all cool and jazz. We have Chewie and the Walker. This is from, you know, when those fast food restaurants, when Revenge of the Sith came out, were doing all the toys. That's one of these guys. Do you guys remember getting the Revenge of the Sith toys? And it wasn't just, it was for the entire saga at that point, the different toys. And they're adorable, so. And then obviously I have Han's blaster, which is an original Empire Strikes Back Han blaster that I use for my Han cosplay that my dad gave me. Next up we have this shelf here of some different pop figures, different Funko figures. Let's start over here. So here we have Deadshot from Suicide Squad. Will Smith here was one of my favorite characters from Suicide Squad. So we have Deadshot. Kind of sad that he's going to not be in the next one. And next to him we have the Suicide Squad Harley Quinn, another variation of the character. Now I bet some people will recognize this character and some people will not. This is Vivian from Pretty Woman. I don't know why I have this one. I happen to like that movie, and here we are. Maybe I need like a chick flick shelf. Okay. We have Luke on Endor once more, with the lightsaber out after falling off the speeder, if you will. I had this one before I had the bike, so kind of why I wanted the Leia one instead, but that's okay. Here we have Finn from newer Star Wars. Hashtag Star Wars jacket theory. And we once again have another Chirrut from Rogue One. As I said, my favorite character from Rogue One. I am one with the Force is with me. I am one with the Force is with me. My favorite character, so I have a little pop of him as well. Okay, we have this next shelf of Funko ladies. Funko ladies, next shelf. So in here we have Batgirl. Different version. Batgirl, she's kind of got the purple yellow aesthetic going on, which is usually my favorite because I grew up with the 60s purple Batgirl that I love. So we have this little Barbara here. Beside her we have Canary from Arrow once again, Sarah Lance. Then we have Wonder Woman, which is kind of a cool pose because she's like kneeling, so you got lasso and the shield. It's kind of a cool pose to sit on a shelf like that. Another one that I noticed how the pose is a little bit cooler after I took it out of the box. Then we have Speedy the Queen from Arrow, CW show. In her red hood. I want her jacket. Cosplay dreams. Here we have Miss Peggy Carter, Agent Carter, in her Agent Carter show outfit. The iconic, blue outfit and the big red hat that was oh so popular when that show came out. So, got my Peggy. Then I have Melinda May from S.H.I.E.L.D. If you watched the Marvel show S.H.I.E.L.D., she was my favorite character, Melinda was. So we have Melinda May here. And I thought it was super cool that she was the voice of Mulan, because that's my favorite Disney movie. My favorite Disney princess, and now these days she's on The Mandalorian, so she is just an overall badass. And to end off this shelf, we have White Canary again, but in pop style, and this is actually a different White Canary outfit than the other figure that I have. White Canary, Sarah has had a couple different outfit changes. This isn't really a figure, I guess, but I do have a Millennium Falcon over here sitting on my lamp. So that's a thing. Here is a Leia shelf. Let's take a closer look at some of the Leia Funkos I have. So, on the end here, this is Hoth Leia with the snowsuit. Behind the Hoth Leia, we have the Last Jedi, kind of, I don't know, more fancy look that Leia had in Last Jedi. Very pretty. We have the Jabba's Palace look for Leia, the disguise. Absolutely love this. Return of the Jedi is my favorite, so, you know, all of that. So I have her right there. So then back here we have the end of Force Awakens look, and I'll be honest with you, I got this one because Carrie herself was making fun of the hairstyle that her hair looked like a baboon's has. So we got it in honor of Space Mom. Beside her we have one of those, you know, like I said, Revenge of the Sith era toys that were at the different fast food restaurants. Just have a little New Hope Leia right here. Beside that we have the Ewok dress, Endor, Return of the Jedi, Princess Leia. And beside that we have pretty much the outfit that Leia wears most of Force Awakens. So we have that look right there. I believe Carrie called it the gas station attendant look. Now back here in my lamp has shelves. We have another Jabba's Palace Leia, but this is more of like a Barbie size, I guess you could say. Full on bigger scale looking Leia that my dad had got me, and it's pretty detailed. Has this awesome helmet that goes with it, and has pretty much, you know, thermal detonator and all that jazz. We also have the vintage Luke figure doll that has the Tatooine vintage look as well that my dad had got me. So because they're taller, they won't fit on this shelf, so they are on my lamp shelf, and that fits pretty nicely. Okay, so this shelf here is going to be more random Star Wars. A lot of these figures are from Revenge of the Sith era, little fast food restaurant items. As you can see, I have a Padme, Revenge of the Sith Padme. This is from the Senate scene. And we have Revenge of the Sith Obi-Wan as well. Back behind them, I have one of those more classic Star Wars Luke figures, still in a box. Doesn't really stand well on its own. And just a few other random little toys that I've had over the years. We have some Queen Amidala little toys that I got when I was a kid, and you know, all of her outfits are gorgeous in Phantom Menace. I have a little Princess Leia. This Yoda is the one that I recently got from McDonald's, little toy. And a couple other Padmes. We have the end of Phantom Menace outfit, more like the decoy outfit, and the more known Queen Amidala red outfit. There. So we have some more figures down here. I kind of have them pressed up against the back for now. They're bendable figures, and they don't stand well on their own, and I don't even know if I could really get a stand for them, maybe, but. So they came in a pack of like the DC animated series type ladies. So we have Batgirl, Supergirl, Poison Ivy, Harley Quinn, and Livewire. So we have those. We also have Bruce from Jaws. We have the shark from Jaws here in the front. So Livewire, Harley Quinn, Poison Ivy, Supergirl, and an additional Batgirl. On the end of my shelf here, I have this New Hope Princess Leia, which was a really cool little gift that came with a stand that actually has the Death Star detention area as a backdrop for it, which is pretty cool. And you can kind of change. The stands have the option to buy the other ones in the series, so they attach to each other, but I just have the Leia. Here we have some smaller Star Wars ones, mostly Leia. Big R2 over here, and a couple other characters, just to fill the space. My shelves were really packed with everything still in the box, and after taking everything out, most of everything out, it opened up my shelves quite a bit. So this is Return of the Jedi, like the Alliance meeting. This one is a Hoth. These are some figures that my dad had given me from back in the day. Bespin, Cloud City, and New Hope, little figures. I need to get some stands for these too, but this is Leia from Force Awakens, and more of a figure and not just the Funko Pop. And beside her I have this Yoda, this little vintage Yoda. Now this figure is probably one of my favorites. This is Jaina Solo, which if you aren't familiar with the expanded universe, you wouldn't know her, but she once upon a time was Han and Leia's daughter, and I love this figure so much because this character pretty much got erased, and I loved Jaina Solo. So she's in her flight suit, all of her details, her purple lightsaber, her helmet, all that. I absolutely love this figure because you don't really get much of Jaina anymore because she doesn't exist unless you're in the expanded universe. So I love that figure. Okay, so down on this bottom shelf here I have some figures that are still in the packages. I have to decide if I'm going to take them out or not. They might be kind of hard to see. Let me just zoom in a little bit. So here we have Coyote Mundy. He was on the Jedi Council if you're a fan of the prequels. They also have the Jedi Padawan Zet. If you remember in Revenge of the Sith, the young Jedi that stops the clones and kind of saves Bail Organa's life, this is a figure of that Jedi Padawan. I love that part. This is Ayla Sakura. I don't know if you can. There's kind of a glare on the figure on the box. I apologize. Here, another very Jedi shelf for the prequels. And on the end we have Luminara Unduli. She's one that I really want to get out of the box. I don't know if you can see the movement of her Jedi robes. Really cool. So I think that would look way better out of the box. But I gotta make sure that they're gonna stand properly first. So the same thing with this bottom shelf is I just have some that are still in the boxes that I haven't quite decided what to do with. This is Leia Endor figure. This is Padme, basically from Tatooine, kind of like the pod race outfit. Princess Leia from ceremony dress for the medal ceremony at the end of New Hope. This is one of Queen Amidala's looks, I believe like the Coruscant type look because she changed her outfit every 2 seconds in that movie. I don't even know if you guys can see this, but the angle's bad and my chair's in the way. But I have another Padme, kind of in the End of Phantom Menace red look, the decoy look, and another Jabba's Palace Leia, the decoy look for that as well. I have some other very detailed Queen Amidala dolls, I guess you could say, from back in the prequel days. They're very tall and they're in fancy boxes. So they don't fit on this shelf that I have here, so I'm trying to figure out another place that I could have them, but for now they are boxed away because they are very, detailed and fancy figures of some of the beautiful dresses and whatnot. So a little bit more of Padme. Alright, we're going to move rooms now. Alright guys, I do apologize if the sound and lighting changed. We have switched rooms. I believe you can see me in the reflection. Hello lovelies. So, I have these glass shelves in my kitchen with some figures as well. So, this shelf is like our little cute people, our little cutesies. I just added this one. You know, he's from The Mandalorian. I've spoken. I got him at my local comic shop, as well as this one on my birthday. They were like some of those you don't know what you get type packages. So that's the claw guy with Woody's costume from Toy Story. And then we have some other cutie pies. So of course I have Grogu, Baby Yoda, of course. We gotta feature him. In the back there is Eeyore. Eeyore is one of my mom's favorite Disney characters. We have Eeyore back there. Then we have my little Wicket from Return of the Jedi, my little Ewok Wicket. And lastly on this shelf we have Dumbo, which is another one of my mom's favorite characters. So we have our little cute characters on this shelf. Might add a couple more. Our next shelf is Star Wars themed. Shocking, I know. Star Wars themed with some of my Star Wars characters that my mom and I both enjoy. So we'll start with right in the front. This is Dagobah Luke, so it has Yoda on his back. My mom loves Yoda, so this was a great one for us to get with Luke and Yoda. Crazy Senile Yoda is my favorite. And then we have Han Solo from Force Awakens. Han Solo. To go with Han, we have this Leia, of course. Now this one you already saw in my office. I was double gifted, so that's why I put one in my office and one out here in my kitchen space. So there we have General Organa. In the back here we have Maz from Force Awakens, from the sequel series. My mom loves Maz, so I had to get her a Maz Funko, you know what I mean? I had to. She absolutely loves Maz. The great thing that I love about these shelves in this space is they're all glass, so even if I have a figure way in the back like Maz, you can see it from the sides too. Then I have Rey. I believe this is Force Awaken Rey. Yeah, Force Awaken Rey. And way in the back you can see the full-size Chewie and the Walker from Endor. You saw a little baby size of that in my office, but my mom found me this cool Chewbacca one from Endor. So it's pretty cool in the back corner of this case. So that's our Star Wars shelf. Alright, so up top on this shelf are these adorable DC bombshell figures that I have. If you're not familiar with that comic series, it is DC characters, female characters mostly, and it's been rewritten into the 1940s, so they're the bombshell characters. I love them so much. I love that idea, and these figures are just so adorable. So here we have Black Canary in the Bombshell series. Fishnets and all, folks. So cute. In the back here we have Wonder Woman in her bombshell look. Here we have Batgirl once again, and I love that they did the purple and yellow. Those are my favorite colors for Batgirl in her bombshell look. Here we have Batwoman, which is super cute. Her bombshell look. And in the way back, I'll try to reach back, we have the Harley bombshell look. So, you know, it's got that hints of the red and black that I like, but with like a bomber jacket, you know. Super cute. So those are the DC bombshell figures I have. And I have a Batgirl glass in the back. I like little nerdy glasses too, just an all-around nerd. Alright, so the top shelf here is a little tall for my camera, but I'll pull some off. These are my spooky ladies. These are some of my spooky ladies that I love to bits. So here we have Sally from Nightmare Before Christmas. I love Sally and Nightmare. So she's super cute, although she hates to stand up. I need to get her a stand because she didn't come with one. So there's Miss Sally. We have Morticia Adams. Love the Adams look. Love her dress. We have Professor McGonagall here. My mom and I both enjoy McGonagall, so we have her in our creepy witchy ladies. Side note, does anyone watch that amazing girl on TikTok that does the McGonagall voice? Hilarious. I have this amazing Maleficent figure. It's so pretty. I mean, Angelina Jolie already looks breathtaking in that movie, but then it's just so pretty. It even got the cheekbones down. And then, as you can probably see, I have my Sanderson sisters. Here we have Winifred. What a glorious morning. Makes me sick. Winifred. Sarah with her spider snack. And Mary with her remote and Cheetos. My Sanderson sisters. So those are my spooky witchy ladies. Alright, we're by the window now, so a little bit more light here. Here are some more DC bombshells, but different sized figures that I've gotten. These is just like these little itty bitty DC bombshell girls. They come in those little tins in the back. So this is just like a little baby Wonder Woman. We have this little bumblebee. We have this Selena Kyle. And this is the bombshell Selena Catwoman. So, you know, more of a 40s aesthetic. There. So now the other two figures are the same figures, not the same poses. And they're obviously different sizes. So we have the Black Canary bombshell in a different size and design, as well as the Harley Quinn, which is Harley bombshell but different look to it and are quite a lot bigger. Our next shelf, which features some lovely men. Some of the ones on this shelf here, we're gonna fill in with some other ones as time goes on, but here are just some hotties, I guess. I don't even know what we call it, but this is Captain Hook from Once Upon a Time. If you watch that show, you know for sure that he's quite attractive. We have Mr. Loki. Ragnarok Loki. To be included, of course. This guy back here is, I forget what his name is, it's my mom's. But he's played by Sam Elliott in a Western movie. What is his name? Tombstone. I believe it's Virgil Earp. But she's a big fan of Sam Elliott, so here we go. And this one here is kind of funny. It's Guy Fieri. My mom and I watch some of his shows on the Food Network, and he just seems like a cool dude. And we saw this one that was like, I don't even know, I think we paid like $5 for it. And we're like, yes, we have to add him to our shelf because that's hilarious. You also see some of my glasses that I have in these cases as well. Then we have this kind of Disney shelf. It's a little lonesome compared to the others, but that's okay. We have Tinkerbell. Tinkerbell is one of my favorite characters. I love the sass, I love the attitude. Also, my kitty cat is eating right next to me. I hope you guys don't mind. Then in the back we have Regina and Selena from Once Upon a Time. If you watch the show, Evil Queen and the Green Witch. Once again, I love Regina's outfits. She's got a heart in her hand. I love the aesthetic. And Selena looking all cool with her side witch hat and whatnot. Then we have this series here that I hope to get a couple more of. It's like the modern Disney princesses. I think it's inspired by Wreck-It Ralph. And so we have like Mulan here, modern, and Belle here, modern. I really like the style of some of these, and you know, it's got like the cool Chinese jacket with Mushu on the back. And her sword, but she's like in high tops and jeans. And the same thing for Belle, you know, she's like in reading a book and in a tank top and some leggings. They're just really cute. And you know, someday I'll try to get some more to fill in this a little bit, or some other Disney characters. Alright, so our last shelf here is just these two figures from Frozen 2. I love Frozen 2. It has a special place in my heart because of my Disney trip and the timing of it, so I absolutely love their outfits in Frozen 2. So we have Elsa and Anna, and I might add more Frozen characters or other Disney. I don't know. For now, they are just the two sisters by themselves. Like I said, I absolutely love their outfits in Frozen 2, so I was really happy to get little figures of them, and they're very detailed in the outfits too, which I appreciate. Same goes for Anna. They're just very cute. And that's my last shelf of figures to show you, lovelies. Alright, lovelies. I hope you enjoyed this figure show and tell. And you enjoyed the different characters, Funkos, figures, other little side goodies. Thank you so much for watching, lovelies. And I will see you in the next video.